Hi, and welcome back to Recover 360 Total Shoulder Health. We're going to cover everything you need to know about phase one, which is weeks 1 through 4 after a total shoulder replacement. This phase is crucial for healing, pain management, and gentle movement. So today we're going to discuss what to expect for pain, range of motion, and daily activities, your first gentle range of motion exercises, how to properly use your sling during this phase, strategies to reduce inflammation and swelling, as well as red flags and warning signs to watch out for. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear plan for the stage of recovery and what you should and should not be doing. So let's get started. What to expect in weeks 1 through 4. So the first 4 weeks after total shoulder replacement are all about protection, controlled movement, and healing. Here's what you can expect. Pain progression. So pain is normal, but it should be improving. You'll experience some discomfort as your body heals, especially at night or when moving. Your pain should gradually decrease over these few weeks. Take pain medication and anti-inflammatories as prescribed. Remember, it's easier to control pain before it gets too intense. Sleeping discomfort, as we've talked about, is also common. So many patients find it easier during this first phase to sleep in a recliner or with pillows propping them up. Keeping your arms supported reduces strain and swelling. If your pain is getting worse instead of better, that's a sign to contact your doctor or care team. Range of motion progression. So limited movement is expected as well. You should not be actively moving your shoulder yet. All movements should be passive, meaning your shoulder moves, but without using your own muscles, but you should be using your opposite arm. What you should not do not lift your arm on your own away from your body. Do not reach behind your back, and also do not carry anything heavier than a coffee cup at this time. This phase, again, is about preventing stiffness while protecting your new shoulder. How about daily activities? What you can and cannot do. So dressing and hygiene. You want to wear loose clothes, some button-up shirts or oversized t-shirts that are easy to put on and take off. If allowed, shower with a waterproof dressing, but do not actively move your shoulder. You want to use your non-surgical hand to help with basic grooming. So using your sling is important, again, and your sling should be worn at all times, except when showering or performing your prescribed exercises. Your elbow should be deep in the sling pocket, and your hand, again, should be supported as we discussed in previous videos. How about eating and drinking? So you want to use your non-surgical hand as much as possible during this first phase. You want to keep food and drinks at table height so you don't have to reach too far. Driving. So you cannot drive yet. You want to plan for rides to appointments and avoid situations that might require sudden movements or reaching with that arm. A lot of questions about exercise and walking. So light walking is encouraged to prevent stiffness and improve circulation. You do not want to swing your surgical arm while walking, and you want to maintain good posture, avoiding hunching forward while wearing your sling. So following these simple guidelines are going to help you heal without any unnecessary setbacks. So how about gentle range of motion exercises? So during this phase, your therapist is going to introduce passive range of motion exercises to prevent stiffness, to maintain joint health, as well as keeping circulation flowing throughout the arm. As you will see in your weekly home exercise videos, there are a few common exercises that might be introduced during this first phase. One are pendulum swings, and that's where you're going to gently lean forward and your arms are going to sway naturally with passive movement at the shoulder joint. Assisted forward elevation, where you use your non-surgical arm to help move the surgical arm away from your body in a limited motion, as well as some hand pumps or wrist motion for circulation. These movements should be gentle and pain-free, and if you feel sharp pain, you want to stop immediately and consult your therapist. Proper sling usage, as we've seen from previous videos, are very important. So you want to make sure your sling is worn at all times and only remove it for showering, dressing, or prescribed exercises. Again, mistakes to avoid: letting your elbow slip forward in the sling. You don't want to wear the sling too loose or too tight, and you don't want to sleep flat without any arm support. What are some strategies to reduce inflammation and swelling? So swelling is normal, but too much swelling can slow your recovery. So here's how to manage it. You want to use ice therapy early. So ice packs for 15 to 20 minutes every hour while awake. You want to elevate your arm and keep a pillow under your elbow while sitting or laying down. You want to move your hand and wrist as frequently as possible, opening and closing your fingers throughout the day. And really important is that we stay hydrated. So drinking plenty of water will help reduce inflammation as well. So again, red flags: when to call your doctor or care team. So consult or contact your care team immediately if you experience excessive swelling or if your arm or hand pain gets worse, redness and warmth around the incision, which could indicate an infection, uncontrolled pain. So if pain meds aren't helping, or you may need an adjustment of those medications, high fevers over 101 degrees, or loss of sensation or severe numbness. Again, some tingling is normal, but worsening numbness needs to be checked out. If you notice any of these signs, call your doctor immediately. So some final thoughts. To summarize, weeks 1 through 4 are about healing, gentle movement, and protecting your shoulder. Pain is going to decrease over time, but discomfort at night is still common. You should not actively move your arm or shoulder yet, and you want to wear your sling correctly and only remove it when necessary. Manage swelling with ice, elevation, and movement of the hand and wrist, and watch out for red flags and contact your care team if needed. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Stay patient, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next session.